Welcome back to SAYS Cakap Banyak. Today we have a guest with us. This is Adam, and Adam is our ghost/paranormal expert.
Hello.
Yeah, so if you guys want to know why we got into this topic, it's about this is October.
Yes.
So Western culture of October is Halloween.
Yeah.
So I don't know, Gwen, do you celebrate Halloween in the first place?
I mean, I would say Halloween is my favorite, festivity because it's so fun. You get to dress up, you get to, get sweets, play pranks on people. But yeah, definitely.
Okay, so I don't know, Malaysians I can't relate to you because I've never celebrated Halloween before. Except, the occasional Halloween party.
Yes.
You got all those people dressed up, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we're gonna talk about something serious this time. We're gonna talk about paranormal activity, paranormal happenings, hauntings, whether it's real or fake, or whether it's something in your head, maybe something you're hallucinating about. For that, we have a paranormal expert here, Adam.
My God.
Okay. Adam, so just introduce yourself, man.
Okay. I'm Adam. Been a paranormal researcher for 11 years now. So conducted around 500 cases and personal cases with clients and customers around 250 something like that.
Wow.
Yeah. So boleh lah, boleh lah cakap sikit-sikit.
Okay.
Tapi 11 years kan, but what made you start this career tau? Takkan you bangun satu pagi terbangun kan? It's like, okay lah, ni my ambition nak jadi ghost expert.
Not really. It's because of family lah. Because my grandfather was spiritual healer as well.
Okay.
So bila dia jadi spiritual healer tu, aku memang duduk kat situ. I've been there, I've seen him done it. I've seen people go crazy and wacky.
Okay.
So probably it stemmed from there. And then it blossomed into a full-fledged passion when I was around 21.
Okay.
Yeah. So from there, I meet a lot of people and so on and so forth. Until it's one of the reasons I met my wife also.
You met your wife through what? Was she a case or something? Or
No, she loves paranormal stories because before this I used to tweet my experiences wherever I go, all these haunted buildings and stuff. So she followed me there and jodoh kan. So
okay.
Yeah.
All right, so let's jump into it. I know you've mentioned before that you're really skeptical about many things that are posted on the internet nowadays. So have you seen anything recently which you're like, oh yeah, that does not look real to me?
Every day.
Oh.
Every day.
Every day.
Yeah?
Where do you see them? Like Instagram or Facebook?
Facebook mostly.
Oh,
Yeah. Most of them, which I don't kind of agree, they go to these haunted places and then they say, okay, kita akan pergi ke sini dan kita akan buat some investigation and we're going to investigate and we're going to put it on a live, Facebook Live. Then they go there, then people spend watching 40 minutes of nothing.
Nothing.
Of them getting scared themselves.
Yeah.
So what, diorang just Facebook Live ke? Diorang masuk rumah tu dan diorang jerit-jerit lari?
Yeah, exactly. It's just like craving for attention. That is not good for me. It does not help the paranormal industry in Malaysia.
There's an industry? Ada ke industry ni?
Of course, man. They make millions of dollars in US out of paranormal. Zach Bagans, he's a millionaire now.
Siapa tu?
You should watch Ghost Adventures.
Oh, Ghost Adventures. Oh,
Yeah.
that show. The documentary tu.
Yep.
Oh, documentary lah. It's a real thing.
Yeah.
Okay, but so we see all these things on Facebook and you watch, of course you ada experience kan. So you tengok, you tahu, okay, yang ni fake, yang ni real. So what's the sign what do you look for? Apa yang you cari yang you tahu benda ni real or fake?
Well, mostly I would ask I would look around for symptoms.
Okay.
Things that have happened around the house, premises. Okay. Sometimes dia masa tidur dia kena kacau. Okay. And then there are bruises on the legs.
Oh, no.
And then it also affects your mental health.
Okay.
Like some people not like the Joker, Some people likes to sit in the dark, and then bila semayang, they see things coming up to their faces, things like that.
Okay.
That affects them mentally and physically.
Masa semayang diorang kacau?
Ada.
Wow,
That's so scary.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Are you religious?
Sure.
Have you seen something when you prayed before?
I fortunately have not.
But have you seen something?
No, I haven't. Thankfully.
Lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lucky. I'm also the kind yang tak ada the sense tau.
Third eye.
I know, but benda ni diorang suka kacau orang yang ada this sense, this third eye? Do they have a preference or not?
Third eye, I believe that most people have third eye because it's documented.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay, but if in the question when you ask, are they attracted to people like this? Yes, because these kind of people are sensitive.
Yeah.
So these things are attracted to sensitive people.
Hey.
But sometimes, okay, it's good that both of you tak pernah kena.
Yeah.
But sometimes mungkin korang pernah kena, but you never realised it. And you just debunk it and say, okay, it's the wind.
Oh, okay. Contoh.
Like that, on the door or the window. And you say, okay, a bird flew in.
Okay.
Things like that. Tapi bukan kan. But,
Okay,
it's how your mind perceives it. That's what I think.
So like macam for me kan, I don't know about you,
Yeah.
but for me kalau kat rumah benda tiba-tiba rattle ke apa ke, benda click ke apa kan, to me I'm just like, oh, it's tikus.
See?
Or
I tell you. See?
It's the temperature of the house dah kurang, so je click sikit tau, je expand and contract kan.
Yeah, I feel like when I was younger, I was super skeptical. I was so scared of any noise that happened throughout the house, and I'd be like running to my mom's room. But then as I grew older, I was just like, you know what? It's probably just the wind or something, or someone's up and like getting food downstairs. And so it just
So that's the thing I risau tu. It's like not risau lah. It's just like, is it all in our head, or is it like actually happening ke, or macam mana? Or is it like no matter what happens, it's how kita perceive and how kita adjust balik.
I agree with the last one. It's how we perceive it, Yeah.
Now, but if you tak sure, should you go investigate or should you just duduk senyap je and not do anything?
Oh, when that happens, if you are religious, you can consult with your ada ustaz, imam, priest, and so on and so forth, But for some people yang memang adventurous, they want to know and they're curious, they can do it themselves. Of course.
I would not dare. Would you?
No.
Yeah.
I think we should leave things like
Yes.
kita tak kacau diorang tak kacau kita.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my theory.
Yeah.
But you can just put a camera or CCTV there and record at night. You never know what you'll catch.
Oh.
It's okay.
So, you're a vlogger, right? Have you ever gone
barely.
through your footage?
No.
And then tiba-tiba nampak something in the background?
No.
You should. Sometimes we get footages like that.
Or like pictures too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still pictures.
I've heard of friends who've had, like pictures where there's like a shadow in the background or something, and they're like, it's probably someone walking.
It's my shadow or something like
Yeah,
that.
but like, yeah.
Okay.
Scary.
But in that situation, kan, like, you won't go investigate, right?
I won't.
Okay, but would you still publish and like, hey guys, I took this picture, but there's something in the background.
No,
What
I
do you guys
wouldn't. Because
Why
like
not?
ignorance is bliss for me.
come on.
If I knew it, I would be very scared and then I'd just
Boleh.
freak myself out.
Boleh je letak. Why not? Why not?
Okay,
Benda
maybe
tu-
next time.
Benda tu suka tak kalau kita viralkan dia?
Yeah.
Aku tak tahu. It never happened before.
It depends on the
No
thing
ghost
lah.
ever came to me and asked, I'm
I
going
wanna
to
be
come out in
famous.
your camera, okay? But no lah, tapi why not,
Okay.
So you're watching the things on Facebook or Instagram or whatever. But what about mainstream TV, like Kisah Benar on TV3 ke apa ke? Or something, all these ghost shows and you cakap tu, the documentary tu. Is all of it just drama ke apa ke?
They make it up.
If you're referring to movies and dramas, yes. But if you I think the best ghost stories are the ones that are very personal to the person who experienced it. Some people have experienced it accidentally or
On
dengan
purpose.
sengaja. Yeah, on purpose.
So jangan saja pergi cari benda ni.
Yeah, bukan pergi cari je. Sometimes dia boleh main Ouija board. They can just sit down, play an Ouija board, and invite these things.
That's the thing. Ouija board ni, does it actually ada effect tak, or is it just like, because okay lah, I watch all these
Like,
National
yeah.
Geographic and they say that it's because of the micro shakes in your hand that moves it. ke apa. Okay, never mind. I don't know, Gwen.
Go on.
But you do believe like a Ouija board, like it works?
50-50.
Okay.
I was skeptical.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was skeptical. So we had this gathering of friends, where we recorded things like this, and then we think like, okay, let's try if Ouija board is real or not. So we gathered around. My wife was there; she was involved in it as well. And then we tried doing it. There was no reaction. So we took it to another level. Okay, kita ambil darah sikit daripada tangan. Okay,
Wow.
and then we played it again. We tried it in a room. It didn't work, so we moved into the other hall. So what we did, we set up a camera, and then there was a ball on the table itself.
Like a crystal ball or?
Nah.
Like
bola
a
kecil.
toy.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Like a football lah macam tu.
Yeah,
Okay.
bola budak-budak.
Okay.
So we put it there, and then we had some people participating in it.
Okay.
So what happened was we heard footsteps coming down the hallway, light footsteps. Okay, and then the ball moved a bit, and then my wife and another participant felt like a slight cold breeze brushing up against her like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So probably it's 50-50 that Ouija board works, and probably it doesn't. It's just how you do it.
Is
I
it
think.
Ouija board ni? Is it a communication thing? Is it like WhatsApp for ghosts, or is it like,
A bridge to the paranormal.
or is it like you're trying to call them?
I think Ouija board was used as a means of communicating with the dead.
Yeah.
WhatsApp for ghosts.
Yeah.
WhatsApp from the dead.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So yeah, it can be used to help people. It can be used to communicate with the dead. Some people use it, abuse it as well. It
Make
depends how you
movies out
use
of
it.
Okay, so
Yeah.
back to all these viral stories kan. Okay, so you say these guys they masuk and then they just act scared, they Facebook live ke apa, and then just to get views ke apa. But in any situation, like at what point you rasa okay these guys are not faking it, something's actually happening.
Like, can you tell from like
Yeah.
a Facebook live?
Susah nak susah nak
Yeah.
tengok unless we review the footage again and we review what has happened, because it's not as simple as you taking a person or a group taking a video or a camera going to these haunted places and then just snapping. You must have a proper, how do you say this, SOP in place.
Wow,
Yeah.
okay.
Because I don't know, seriously, because safety and security is the main concern, because you masuk tempat yang gelap, tak ada orang pernah duduk lama, and there might be hazards, objects there, and animals there, wild animals there. Aku sendiri pernah kena kena paku masuk dalam. I had to get an injection as well. So yeah, there must be a certain SOP in place in order for you to go investigate these things. Yeah.
And it's not just like from safety from the paranormal, but it's like safety from the actual like surrounding of the house or the place.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so Gwen, I nak ask you,
Okay.
you pernah experience tak some kind of paranormal? Because kita ni jenis yang tak boleh nampak tau.
Yeah.
You and I. But you pernah experience tak something?
Share.
Yeah, share your story and then he will review your story. Nak tahu betul tak?
One time we were in China or something, and I hate the dark.
Okay.
So like I don't know why we were in this like dark room and we were all trying to like sleep in like our bunks or something, and suddenly I sense and feel like someone crawling towards me. So I turned on my light. Yeah, I turned on my light and like obviously there was nothing, but it felt and it looked like there was something like crawling towards me. And so I screamed the whole room down, and then people turned on the lights and there was just nothing. And there was someone in the other bed. So like there was a bed in front of me, and that's where I saw like something crawling. So I don't know,
You
man.
practically saw something crawling towards you.
Like a shadow in the dark. But how can you see a shadow in the dark? I don't know. Whether it's a figment of my imagination.
It's
or
darker
not.
than the shadow. Is that what you mean?
It felt. It was like, and
Dia
long
besar mana?
hair, like a human.
Oh,
Yeah.
like a human.
So that was kind of freaky, and obviously I yelled, but like it was memang nothing, and I was just like, okay, am I just silly or am I just making these things up? But why would I conjure such a thing in the dark? So yeah, that's just like one of the only things I ever
Were you
experienced.
half awake at the time?
I was awake.
You were awake.
Yeah,
full
I was
conscious.
going to go to sleep, so I was like in the bed trying to sleep, but yeah.
How many days were you in the room?
Oh,
Nights.
it was just one night.
One
it was that
night.
night, the first night. Yeah.
Did anybody else experience in the same room?
No.
Tak ada. Well, kalau dia tengah tidur, if she was kind of like waking up, you know, okay, it could be that it's her mind playing tricks on her.
Okay.
Okay, but she was conscious. And then she actually that's the key word there.
This is nervous drinking, right?
That's the key word there, because a lot of people say that they see a shadow that is darker than the dark itself.
Okay.
And bulu roma meremang tak masa tu?
Oh.
Were your hair standing on end?
Oh, I don't
goosebumps.
remember.
Yeah,
I
goosebumps,
know.
yeah.
I can't remember, but
But it made you scream.
yeah, and it like felt like it was coming towards me, and
In a
so
menacing way?
like obviously if you see something over there, you just be like, oh, it's just over there. But it felt like it was, you know,
I'm getting
like I was
myself.
a target.
Was it like? Did it feel like threatening, or was it just like coming like a cat?
No,
darting
like
out?
it was like I am the target.
Like
it's
it was
coming
rushing
me.
towards you.
Yeah.
Like you felt target. You felt targeted, lah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so like yeah, it was very scary when I screamed. Then obviously nothing happened, and then the lights turned on, and we were just
I think 80% it was something paranormal.
80%.
lovely.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Any other story?
Not from me that I can recall.
Okay. I have two stories. Number one is little known fact about me. I was once casted for a movie, a horror movie called Death App. Movie never released. Thank God. That movie never released. But anyway, so it's a horror movie. So we kept going to like these different places now for shoot locations. So there's one place we went to. It is it's a old abandoned theme park.
Okay.
I lupa kat mana, but to get there you go onto the Karak Highway now. It had
Mima Land.
Mima Land.
my
I've been there.
God.
Nice place, man.
Oh damn! What
The
the hell?
dinosaurs?
Yeah. You were there after you shut down or before?
After they shut down.
Okay, so there was one shot. It was taken. One scene was taken at night, kan? And the scene was in one of the buildings that burnt down.
Okay.
Okay, so they were in the building. It was like a security guard in your office lah that burned down, something like
Okay.
that. So they were in the middle of the building, and then they were filming their scenes lah. They were running around. In the script, they were being chased lah. So they pretended they were being chased. So three things I would say is creepy that happened. Number one of the actors kept walking into the dark and then kept coming back. And they kept walking into the dark and kept coming back. And then one time he walked into the dark to the point that we can't see him anymore. And then we had to send people to go and cari him. After they found him, they brought him back. And then we asked him, dude, why did you walk that way? And then he why did you walk there and why did you do it a few times? He had no memory at all.
Oh,
He was just like, what are you guys talking about? I've been sitting here the whole time.
Oh, crap.
And that's not the case. So that's one creepy thing. Next creepy thing is that all the batteries ran out of energy really quickly now.
Oh my gosh, that sounds so creepy.
So all the energies, like fresh batteries, in 15-20 minutes, battery mati. So
These are the symptoms that I was talking about in the area. It was causing it. Yeah, okay.
And then switch batteries, another 20 minutes habis. Switch batteries, another 20 minutes habis. The only batteries that lasted were the phone, the rechargeable ones. But the lithium ion, the AA, AAA batteries, the 9 volts, gone in like 15-20 minutes, had to keep switching batteries. The third one, this is what the director told me lah. When he was in the house, like filming the scenes, out of one of the windows that dia tak ada kaca lah, one of the windows, suddenly a rock flew in his direction. And then that's it. And then that's when he like cut, okay guys, let's get out of here.
Was it in the chalet? Because I remember there's one case, a Chinese man died, an old Chinese man died in one of the chalets.
I don't know lah, but it was one of the buildings that was burnt lah. Memang terbakar. You have like signs of fire and everything. So that's when the rock flew in his direction. That's when he was like, okay guys, let's wrap it up.
Ain't nobody got time to be haunted.
The movie never got released because we couldn't finish filming.
Why?
Because rocks were being thrown at the director.
It was good material, man.
I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, then he just cut and then we never finished it lah. So what do you think?
I think
Mima Land.
I think it was, from what you told me, the second one was very...
Second one yang dia masuk
No,
dalam
the
hutan
energy.
Bukan.
The battery.
battery.
The batteries, because these things drains energies and
Yeah.
batteries. That's why sometimes when we get possessed, we feel very drained,
Oh, okay. So that's a real thing lah.
Yeah, it's one of the symptoms.
Wow. they're like-
Yeah.
How are the batteries now?
Battery's okay now.
Stop!
No lah. Okay. Okay, cool. So they actually do like suck up energy.
They do.
Okay.
They suck up energy. Yeah.
They're suckers.
So that's why, pasal we are also made of energies, we have electricity running in our body itself. So when we sleep, the energy goes down and that's when they come in. Which is why when we get possessed, most of the people do not realize what is happening, like how your friend experienced. Dia masuk and then dia jalan balik. Dia masuk, dia jalan balik.
Yep.
Yeah, it does happen like that.
Wow. Okay, so it's normal.
Yeah. So it also explains why some people, when they go to bed, sometimes we hear cases where okay lah, aku tidur, I was sleeping, some people would say I was sleeping, but then I woke up at a different place. So when camera is set
Woke
up,
you tidur and then you woke up at a different room or the same room?
Physically?
so, the weirdest case I've heard was that in another house which was locked. And the house which he was in was locked from the inside.
What?
This happened to a family member of mine.
Okay.
Yeah. So it explains how these things come inside your body and then take over and then use up all your energy and then the energy of your gears around you.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
So, have you ever experienced anything scary yourself?
Like what?
Like the scariest,
Like what is your peak
creepiest?
when you're like, okay, crap, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
You pernah rasa tak?
That is a very tough question.
Or he just
sure
never,
you have many.
He just never gets scared. You know?
Yeah, it's like,
Oh, I do get nervous sometimes.
okay.
But I think the most haunted, scary thing I've had was there was this time I was helping a client. The problem was the family told me that the wife was doing something to the husband to make them stick something like a NASI KANKANG or perindu or something like that.
Yep.
Okay.
So when I helped them, what happened was that that night, around 12:30, 1 o'clock, if I can remember properly, there were sounds of outside of my window, sounds like people fighting. Like someone being punched, being thrown, and then there were like grunts. So I was like,
okay.
like,
I don't know, like Fast and Furious movie.
so
Like WWE playing in the background.
Yeah, maybe.
So usually kita takut pencuri, Itu lagi teruk daripada hantu. Betul lah, kan?
Manusia ni lagi teruk daripada hantu.
Sebenarnya
Memang.
betul. So I went down and I wanted to check it out, and it was my house.
Yep.
So I'm used to it being in the dark. I am used to jalan dalam gelap semua. So as I was walking down the stairs of the house, there was this second landing, at the house. And it was very weird. As I was going down, it was very dark. You can't even see my hand if I put it up like this in the dark. Bila aku turun tu, I felt like something was looking at me on this side at 1 o'clock, my position, 1 o'clock. So I focused there, but I can't see anything, all right? It was in the dark.
Yeah.
But then suddenly, there was this, aku cerita pun meremang belum. There was this voice nearby to this face of mine doing like a hissing. And I can feel the breath, the hotness of the breath on this side of the face, and dia punya bau busuk lain macam bro.
Like bangkai or like tak gosok gigi or macam mana?
Durian?
Bau durian ke?
Bau bangkai lah senang cakap. Like something died in its mouth.
Okay.
Alright. And then I just ignored it. Aku turun bawah. I opened the door. There was nothing. If you ask me, that was probably one of the scariest because I just started like 1 year into this paranormal scene at that time. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah,
okay.
I'd probably like trip down the stairs
Yeah.
and just run.
For me, I was like, get out of here!
Oh, man.
Okay.
Okay, that's so scary.
Okay, so when you investigate again,
Aye.
do you have you say that you have an SOP again?
Of course.
Okay, so what is it?
Your investigative
Yeah,
process.
tell us what not to do.
Okay.
to do.
I'll tell you what to do.
Yes.
Okay. Let's just say, dia contoh macam, mostly what I do now, I help people with their spiritual and paranormal problems. Okay. But if you are going to investigate a haunted building or a place, do a proper morning investigation. You
Morning? Like
Bright
daytime.
light.
Daytime, go in the daytime, see where you want to go, remove any obstacles, hazards, and everything, okay? And then plan out what you want to do, the activities you want to do there, and so on and so forth, okay? So, malam, when you want to go at night, make sure you wear and are equipped with the proper equipment, such as safety boots, important, okay? And wear totally black, long sleeve shirts, long sleeve pants.
Not reflective construction worker punya baju.
Tak, because it will dia akan kacau dengan kamera and video.
Okay.
Okay, because there will be reflection.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, so technical. Okay, got
Yeah.
it.
So when you do that, kita takut aku pernah kena paku masuk kaki. There were also wild snakes there. Okay. And so when you have a proper daytime investigation, pre-investigation, when you go at the night time, you know what to do, where these things are, okay, what we should do, mark the X spot, to put your cameras and stuff.
Okay.
So, and also,
Ada
paling penting,
Okay.
beli mosquito repellent. Paling penting tu.
Malaysia.
Mosquito repellent.
Remember.
Murah je.
Remember,
Yeah.
Nyamuk Aedes kills more people than ghosts every year.
Exactly.
Fact.
So yeah, those are the things. Bawa lampu dengan knife, and also if you can, bagi tahu the local police what you want to do. Otherwise people will report.
Diorang kasih ke?
Yeah.
Most of the time, kalau tempat tu tak berpagar, then whatever man, just do what you want to do. They will say that. It's just that kalau ada report from the jiran or neighbours and everything, the police they know that you guys are there doing what and with who. That's all, simple. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so you come into this, your investigation, you cari apa actually?
Mostly to see, because contoh macam dia kata rumah tu berhantu. Dia kata rumah tu berhantu, kita nak tengok betul ke berhantu? And then sometimes they tend to exaggerate these stories, Okay,
All the
contohnya orang ada mak bapak dia bunuh anak dia macam ni, ni bunuh macam ni, and then ditampak kat dalam lubang ini, lepas tu orang kata berhantu. Is it real or is it not? So we go there and we want to know what really happened. Is it really haunted or not?
Yeah.
That's all.
Okay.
So if we get something on video or a camera or still picture, then okay, lucky us.
Okay.
Yeah.
But most of the time, it depends on luck lah. Yeah, it depends on luck. Sometimes I duduk 3-4 jam daripada pukul 12 sampai orang dah azan subuh pun tak dapat benda.
How about sound? I know like a lot of like these shows, they always bring the sound like
For EV people.
yeah, and then that's how they like tell like if there's something messing with the frequency or something. Yeah, so do you use anything, or is it like, do people actually like use that to detect ghosts?
It's one of the necessity in paranormal investigation, because there are certain frequencies that as humans we cannot hear.
Betul.
And these things, these recorders, voice recorders, detects frequencies which is high and low as well. So I've gotten a few. One of them was in Negeri Sembilan. It was in an abandoned warehouse. So we tried an investigation. We put people there and everything. Nothing happened.
Yep.
All right. So we thought, okay, let's move on to the next side, and then we'll just leave the voice recorder here and see what we get afterwards. Okay lah. So after leaving that thing for an hour, then we came back, we took it and then we went back for a review. Okay. So you have to understand that the warehouse, the old abandoned warehouse, was located next to a jungle. No one was there. Nothing was there. So when we reviewed it, there was around like after 10 or 15 minutes, Okay. No. After 15 minutes, we heard a loud gong.
Like
Doesn't make sense, right?
a gong.
Yeah, gong.
Goodbye.
That's all. Then how do you debunk that?
Yeah, that's
What musical instrument could be there to make that sound?
And then abandoned warehouse next to a jungle.
Exactly. And then the second one, I pernah dapat lah. The hospital ceras yang orang kata berhantu tu?
Every hospital I
Yeah,
tahu semua
semua
berhantu.
hospital pun
But
berhantu.
kalau you Google hospital ceras,
Okay.
dia ada kata hospital ni berhantu dekat ceras lah. So when they were doing renovations and upgrading these works, we went there, we put the EVP again, we left the EVP at the rumah mayat, bilik mandi mayat, because they were still there. So we did investigations there, we put it there, and then we moved. We got an EVP of, I should have brought the EVP.
You could have recorded something.
The EVP, when we reviewed it, ada bunyi perempuan menangis macam, I remember how it is. There. That was another one.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's so
But yeah,
scary.
answering your question, yes, EVP and voice recorders are a necessity when we go for an investigation. Not just bringing camera, go on Facebook, hantu. No.
a lot of people, they
Yeah.
say hospitals are haunted, or like even like schools, or like places that have really just been around long. So is there any like truth, do you think, through like old lands, old buildings being the most like haunted?
I've met a few staff from hospitals, doctors even, who dia dah pernah kena kacau, mostly in the mortuary. It would be, I would love for one day just to sleep in the morgue itself. Where they put the mayat there,
Okay,
they put there, letak satu kamera dalam, satu kamera depan, and then just stay there for one night. That's all. I just want to see if it's really haunted or not. But answering your question, I've talked to a few professionals in the medical field, doctors and nurses. They say that these things do happen, but they can't. How do you say that? They can't tell it or speak about it publicly.
Okay.
So when we go for investigations, or when they know, oh bang, saya dulu saya kerja hospital, saya pernah kena macam ni, and you would be surprised, the most haunted in places in the hospital itself is the mortuary, and the second is where they have the pediatrics, the baby room.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, I know a few pediatric nurses in my life.
You could ask them.
Oh.
Your wife?
Yeah. So she's seen like cupboards move
There you go.
in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Just like the one without wheels style.
Baby
It's like
ward.
no, these things.
That's very
Yang I tahu lah, these things
interesting.
like babies because babies
Oh.
can still sense them.
Energy. Oh yeah, true.
Babies can still sense them.
Innocent baby.
They want to
How
color these innocent babies.
scary.
Oh. Okay, before we go on to like the whole mental health aspect and all that, we got some questions from Instagram. So I think it's important that we don't ask. It's not just us asking questions,
Aye.
but we also have our viewers asking questions. Juga lah. Mana tahu kan, we
good.
can help. Kita boleh tolong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, Gwen.
One of them from Papatricia96, she says, or he says, how can you identify if the entity present is a good one or bad one? So how can you tell if the ghost is like good spirit, bad spirit?
Okay.
Are there even such things?
There are. We mostly call it a malicious spirit or a kindred spirit.
Wow.
It sounds so lovely.
The second one sounds like a kindred spirit.
Yeah.
So how selalunya, it depends on how you feel. Okay, because like your personal experience, you feel somewhat threatened when it happened.
Yeah.
Correct. While some people, like my friend, I had a friend, I met him last Saturday. He told me that sometimes, he has this kindred spirit hanging around him, where if he wakes up late for work and everything, it would pull on his legs. Like, hey, wake up.
It's like, buddy, you gotta go to work, man.
Yeah.
Ghost best friend.
Hey, Casper.
But yeah, it depends on how you perceive it, and if it's not doing you any serious damage to your mental and physical health, okay, then I would say it's a kindred spirit. But if it's causing you problems at home, things you cannot explain, like stuff macam things go missing, your family members get disturbed. Ada juga yang tengah tidur malam, ada satu tangan, my customer, I remember. Dia tengah tidur malam, there was this one hairy hand just reached out and just hugged her like that.
Oh, so loving. It's like, you need a hug.
That is not loving, man.
That's how
Yeah.
you can define whether it's a malicious or a kindred spirit.
Okay. All right, this one is, can ghosts really follow you home from the cemetery if you don't wash your feet?
Well, it's superstitious,
Yeah.
but ghosts can follow you even if you are not in the cemetery itself. Sometimes you could even accidentally pick up something like a stone or a rock or whatever that is attached to something, and then you just bring it home, and then that thing will follow you. Or kau terlangkah, contoh macam sometimes we overstep a holy place, okay, and then dia marah, dia akan ikut kita balik lah.
It's like Maki you all the way home.
Yeah.
It's like Pokemon you all the way home,
But I believe that because things have happened like that. I've met with people that has had those problems before. So those things can actually follow you, not just from the graveyard, from everywhere. Yeah.
Let's get into debunking some superstitions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the
do a
first
fast one, yeah.
So the first superstition, not superstition, the first kind of stereotype cover kan is people who see these ghosts actually, because of modern medicine, people are more skeptical nowadays.
yeah.
So the first not superstition, the first myth is that people who see these things are actually like mental health patients ke apa ke, maybe they're hallucinating ke apa ke. So what do you say to that? Like, are we really being haunted, or is it like
in your head?
or is it like a psychiatric problem ke apa?
Are you meaning we as in all of us or just that mental patient?
Let's talk about
We
your
as a
customers.
society.
My customers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like what's the ratio? Like, actually this guy just needs to see a doctor compared to, or this guy needs some spiritual help.
Well, I would say, okay, those two things that you mentioned are correct. But another one, I think they just want attention as well.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Attention
There are people like that.
Yeah.
They just want attention, and they know that telling these kind of stories, and then they can ask for sympathy, so on and so forth. Padahal tak ada apa. Oh, nothing. But what was the question again?
No, the question is like the gist of it is like, how do you know if it's an actual haunting ke, or is it like a mental health issue ke apa ke? Yeah.
So yeah, it depends on. Kita susah nak cakap. We have to sit down with the
Person,
victim,
yeah.
patient itself, and we have to diagnose them. We have to ask them, have you talked to a psychiatrist before? Are you having problems like I said, spiritual problems, mental problems, physical problems, illnesses? Okay. Makan elok ke, tidur cukup ke, ada gangguan ke, things like that. And then we would ask them if things have happened in and around the house itself.
Yeah.
If it depends. Sometimes a haunting it's not a haunting, it's an attachment which haunts the person.
Okay.
Or it's a haunting at the premise itself, which affects everyone in the house.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have to actually be precise and accurate about what is the source and root of the problem. That is very tricky.
So
it's a very tricky question
yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
Contoh macam, tapi kadang-kadang orang kata, oh dia ni bercakap seseorang. Yeah, sometimes they are talking, these mental people, sometimes they are talking to something. But sometimes they are just crazy. So it's kind of hard to distinguish between them. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So okay, moving on to the next superstition. Just now Ada mentioned something about nasi kangkang.
Yes.
I hate. Okay.
Okay. you hate what? Okay. Okay. Number one, what is it?
Okay.
Okay. Number two, what does it do to you?
Okay.
Number three, how do you know it's doing something to you?
Okay. Simple. Nasi kangkang. It's a Malay customs or ritual. Di mana, let's just say, you have a husband.
Yep.
Okay. Your husband, you suspect that your husband is cheating on
Yep.
you. So you ask a medium or a Malay punya bomo, okay, what can you do? Then they will ask you, okay, you can do nasi kangkang. What nasi kangkang does is, dia buat your partner jadi bodoh, fall madly in love with you without any reason at all. Whatever you do, even if it's wrong, okay, you are the best, whatever you do has never been wrong, yang terbaik lah bagi you. Okay, so the process of doing, can I tell this process to the public?
I mean,
Sure.
There's no problem, right? Okay, producer cakap okay, let's do it.
Okay. So the process of doing the nasi kangkang is actually fairly simple. You cook a pot of rice, a hot steaming rice, just after cooking, and then you put it on the floor, and then kau duduk atas, you just mencangkung.
You squat over it.
You squat over it,
Yeah.
okay, and then the steam will heat up the inner parts, and then from the steam akan jatuh kepada nasi, and then there would be incantations for the person to recite to make the nasi kangkang work. So basically, you are giving your partner something very dirty to eat with the intention of controlling him. It must be understood that to do sihir, okay, or a black magic, you have to require three things. Okay.
Okay, sabar.
You have to require three things. One is the action. The action is having the pot, and then you squatting over the pot. Okay. Second is incantation. Incantation is actually quite important in the whole process. Okay, you have to recite the whole incantation, and then you have to recite the name of the person you want to do it to. Okay, and the last one, which is actually very important, niat dalam hati.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
The stronger it is, yes,
Okay.
intention. The stronger your intention is,
Yep.
the more powerful that thing will be.
So it's just like Harry Potter. So in Harry Potter, they explain the more you believe in the spell, the more effective the spell will work.
Yeah,
It's the same
man,
thing.
Yeah. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So Harry
Okay,
Potter.
okay.
No wonder my
It's true.
my super Christian friends start skirting on Harry Potter. Maybe that's why. Okay. Do you have another superstition to debunk before we close this?
Yeah, I guess I just touching on sihir and stuff. Susuk. Is that real?
Yes, in certain parts of the country, it's real. It actually originates from Indonesia.
Oh.
You know, it's like turun temurun.
It's like the haze comes from Indonesia.
True, true.
Well, it comes from Indonesia. You know, traces back to old times where orang nak jadi cantik. You know, they will look pretty. And then there are two types of susuk.
Okay.
Satu susuk emas, satu susuk belian. Okay, susuk emas is good susuk emas is good in the morning.
Oh.
Okay.
In
It's
daytime.
like morning routine. Letak so much.
And then susuk belian is good at night. So some people can opt for this, for the gold or for the diamond one.
Okay.
So it depends on the usage. Some people use both, you know, some people use only one.
And is it true some people they can't die until you take out these things from their bodies?
Of course.
Okay.
But there are cases when, because nowadays susuk has actually evolved from being a tiny single needle
Okay.
to serbuk, you know, powdery
yeah.
form.
Wow.
Yeah. So ini disebabkan a lot of women cannot stand the pain of it being inserted into the face. So what they do nowadays is they turn it into a powder form. Okay, so just wipe around the face and with incantations as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so same thing. The action, the incantation, and the niyat.
Niyat.
Same thing.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, okay.
Hope you guys enjoyed this video.
Interesting. So, let's close it off with, if you are being rasuk ke or being ganggu, what do you do? What can you do? Who do you go to? What happens next?
Well, of course, seek help. The best way is to tell the problem to a family member or someone very close to you, because only they know you inside out and they know what is the best way to help you. But of course, the victim itself, must actually acknowledge that they are being disturbed.
Yep.
And they must be of sound mind that, okay, is this right or is this wrong? Am I hallucinating or not? I must tell someone, because if you keep it to yourself, then sorry lah.
Then you create your own conclusion in your head, right?
Yeah.
Or you just leave it until something bad happens to you. Right?
Janganlah macam tu.
Okay.
So talk to someone, family
Yes.
member.
Yes.
And then from there, where do you go?
From there, if you are, like I said, if you are a religious person, you can consult your local priest, imam, so on and so forth. Okay. Or if you are adventurous, you can do it yourself. But I would suggest that don't take the second way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, we're not qualified.
Seek for professional help. But make sure when you seek professional help, you must go to trusted person, because there are lots of people lately who take advantage of these things and suck money out of it.
Yes.
Yeah, they will you go to let's say a bomo or something, right? Then just keep siphoning money off of you. Padahal maybe the bomo even knows what you just have is demam or something. You just got a fever.
That's a weird demam, man.
Yeah, man.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. The time is 10 o'clock at 10:30 at night. We decided to shoot this at night, just to
For added creepy effect.
for added creepy effect. Okay, he's gonna go around the office and find out if there's something around the office or not after this.
And we'll let you know.
Ghost haunting at SAYS.
Okay. Any final words for audience? You can ask them a question if you want, and then they can reply in the comment section.
Okay. I have nothing else to say, but if I know that there are a lot of people who thinks that these things are superstitious and it's not real. It's damn real, until it happens to you. Simple as that. Yeah.
So be careful, guys.
Yeah, be careful. But if you want to be even more careful, why don't you subscribe to the YouTube channel? Don't forget to like,
Or
comment.
we'll haunt you.
Hey, don't forget to like, comment, and share. Tell us your experience if you've been haunted before.
Yeah.
And yeah,
We'll see you next time.
see you next time, guys.
Happy Halloween.
Bye.